Hello, everyone. My name is Kayla Mahan Blake, and I am going to be your host from Travel Week for this webinar. At Travel Week, we are committed to sharing meaningful, up-to-date industry insights so that you feel confident, informed, and fully equipped to create exceptional travel experiences for your clients. Today, we are going to discover how Silversea's new deployment will enhance your business, explore the benefits of luxury of choice, and learn how to maximize value with the current offer. This session is designed to give you actionable insights and tools to stay ahead in the market. Before I hand it over, I just want to go through a bit of housekeeping. We do have a $100 gift card available today to one lucky agent. In order to qualify, you do have to stay until the end of the webinar with us, which won't be more than about an hour. We'll be answering all of your questions at the end of the session, so if you do have something that comes to mind, and I'm sure it will, please pop it into the Q&A box in your control panel, and then we'll make sure to go through them before we wrap everything up. And now we're going to begin the presentation. I would like to introduce you to Eva Horn. She is the Area Sales Director for Western Canada of Silversea. Thank you so much for being here, Eva.
Oh, thanks so much for having me. I'm thrilled to be here.
Perfect. So we are all ready. So we are ready to listen to everything about Silversea.
Yeah, everything about Silversea. Thanks again. So, hi everyone. My name is Eva. I'm located on the West Coast in beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia, on the Sea to Sky area. I just wanted to start off by just saying thank you and so much warm appreciation for all of your support of Silversea. We've had an incredible year last year and starting robust again this year. So super excited to present to all of you something I'm incredibly passionate about, and that, of course, is our Silversea brand. Want to kind of just go over what we're going to be covering or what I'm going to be covering today. So I'll talk a little bit about why Silversea. I'll talk about Expedition, our incredible Expedition product. I'll talk about our destinations and experiences, and then tools and some trade, sort of a toolbox for you so that you can set yourselves up for success in selling us. So, as it was introduced, it'll take about an hour, and I'm happy to answer any questions at the end of it. If you haven't sold Silversea to date, by the end of my presentation, hopefully you'll get the tools to do so. And if you have already sold us to date, this will be a wonderful refresher on what makes us so special and unique in the marketplace. So, why Silversea? So, you're going to see on my screen here that yes, we explore over 900 different destinations across the globe, all seven continents. We have an incredible fleet of small ships. There's 12 in total, and I'll go over that in just a little bit. But when we sail, it's defined by that deeper exploration because we know luxury is about trust, it's about relationships, it's about these exceptional experiences and a feeling of always being in the moment. And truly, that's what Silversea is all about. We give you the best service at sea. We have this all-inclusive concept with indulgences that we have, incomparable culinary experiences, and again, our beautiful fleet, which I will go through. So when we talk about Silversea, we kind of break it down even further to the pillars that you see on my screen. So that unmatched access to the world. As I said before, we go to all seven continents to over 900 different destinations. That is more than any other product that's sitting in the luxury space of the market. We talk about service. With Silversea, it's one-to-one. So one guest to one member on board our ship, servicing our guests, elevating those experiences, those surprises, delights, those touches that are unexpected. And that really makes a difference to our discerning guest. Everything that matters is included because it's designed to go beyond. It's beyond the obvious, right? When you're into that luxury segment of the market, what does that mean? I'll talk a little bit about that in just a moment. And then we go into things like dining. So, what does that mean to us at Silversea? Because we know travel is all about those moments that make a difference, those memories. And food is a huge component of that. It becomes a sort of an evolution of discovery. And we know food plays a really, really important part. So we've dived into that a little bit deeper with Silversea, delivering something that's beyond the ordinary layers. And then our gorgeous small luxury fleet, which I will talk about in just a moment. So where do we go? The unmatched access from around the world, and it really is pole to pole. So you're going to see on here, we go to 900 different cities and shores, small little hidden ports of call, beautiful iconic cities around the world, and then going beyond to the unexpected. And with the size of our fleet and the size of the ships in our fleet, we're able to access the unexpected, go further, go deeper, stay longer, slow life down. All right, where travel becomes meaningful, it becomes enriched, it becomes enhanced, but it also becomes slower. And that's what we know our clients are looking for. So what you see on my screen right now are all the different destinations that Silversea goes to. But I want to point out these blue dots that you see are areas, not necessarily one destination. So if you look at the Arctic, for example, that's encompassing three full buckets. So the high Canadian Arctic, Iceland and Greenland, and then the Norwegian Arctic, also known as the Svalbard. So when you're looking at places like Northern Europe, it's encompassing all of those beautiful countries there. The Mediterranean. We do both sides of Africa, the Indian Ocean. You look over to the Kimberleys, Australia, New Zealand, Antarctica, up to Alaska, the South Pacific, the Galapagos, the Caribbean, South America, and so much more. So our ships are constantly moving around the globe to all seven continents, diving in deeper to these incredible ports of call. So what I put this on and I emphasize to all of you, when you're looking for a unique destination for your discerning guest, you want to take a look at Silversea because more than likely if it's touched by water, and I say by water, not so much just by ocean, but it could be by river, more than likely Silversea goes there. So our small ships, let me talk about those because it truly does matter where you go in the world and who you go with. We have doubled our fleet size since the pandemic. I'll say that again. We have doubled the fleet size since the pandemic. So we have a beautiful fleet of 12 incredible ships. And the world feels so much larger when the ships are smaller because again, it's intimate, it's more port intensive, we can stay longer, we can get in further and deeper. And we can eliminate things like having to anchor far offshore and having to tender you in just by the size of our ships. So I'll go a little bit into our fleet now because that's something that's really important to us at Silversea. Our two brand new ships that you see are on the upper left-hand side of my screen. Those are the gorgeous Nova class ships. Silver Ray and Silver Nova are identical twins, and they were launched in 2024 and 2023. These are stunning ships. If any of you reside in Vancouver, you may have come on some of my ship tours and seen the beautiful Silver Nova while she was in the port making her way up to Alaska. They are exactly the right size at only 364 suites. They have an asymmetrical design. They run on clean burning fuel, battery, as well as they're able to plug into the electrical systems in ports around the world. So eliminating sort of that black smoke that comes out. But what I love about these ships is they're known as the ships of light. Because with the design, we're able to do things like offset the pool. So all of a sudden, the ship and the sea become one. The entire ship is flooded with so much light and so much space. They are truly gorgeous, gorgeous ships. And again, with having batteries and running on clean burning fuel, if we go through an eco-sensitive habitat area or we want to ensure that we're staying very compliant to the High Seas Alliance, we're able to do that with these gorgeous, what I kind of call a hybrid ship. The Muse class are just smaller versions of the Nova class. They are sitting at, as you can see here, 298 suites. They look almost identical to the Nova class, just smaller. So 596 guests. The four are many of our Venetian Society, which are repeat clients' favorites. They love these ships because they're the perfect size. The expedition ships, that has one of my smallest ships in my fleet, or the smallest ship in my fleet, which is the beautiful Silver Origin, which stays permanently year-round in the Galapagos because she was purposely built for that destination, all the way up to the Silver Cloud, the Silver Wind, and the incredible Silver Endeavor. So these are specific expedition ships that are purposely designed to stay in the regions that showcase our expeditions. So it could be a full PC6 ice class or the gorgeous Silver Origin, which is purposely built for the Galapagos. And then we have our shadow classes. They are 196 guests only. They again are beautiful ships. They are purposely designed for where they are located. So it doesn't matter where we are in the world. Each one of these ships are placed to be the best in its class and service our clients to the best of their ability. So if it's going under Tower Bridge in London or winding its way all the way up the beautiful Guadalquivir River to get into the heart of Seville, our ships will be right there. And I'll give you an idea. I just sailed with my daughter for 14 days in the Med. Beautiful, beautiful Silversea voyage that went from Civitavecchia to Lisbon. So 14 days, and we never tendered once. We were right in the heart of each and every destination, again with the size of the ship. Personalized service. This is a hallmark and something so incredibly important to us at Silversea. Now, as I said before, it's service that's second to none. We have a one-to-one ratio for every guest on board every single Silversea ship. So what that means is not only in your suite, and we call them suites on Silversea, will you have a steward, somebody looking after your suite or the cabin, but we also have a butler that's available to our guests. And butlers deliver the exceptional, the unexpected. They make the details incredibly memorable and just go sort of beyond. I'll give you another small example. I was recently in the Galapagos and sailing there with my son. We had an incredible time. It was a day full of adventure and experiences. We were off kayaking, sea kayaking, included with Silversea. We were doing deep water snorkeling, also included with Silversea. It was just one of those days that will forever live in my memory. And when we came back on board, our butler knew we were Canadian, and it was time during the time of the year when hockey playoffs were on. So we walked into our suite, and our butler had put out a very large bucket of beer for us, some popcorn, some nuts, and a card on how to log on to watch the hockey game. So it's those unexpected moments and touches that really matter. And of course, it's all the things that you would expect, like unpacking your suitcase or helping with dining reservations or ensuring that the butler shows you where everything is around the ship, or maybe it's serving that perfect martini at 4 o'clock every day, or drawing the most luxurious bubble bath right in your suite. All inclusive, everything that matters is included with Silversea. And this is what I absolutely love. We know that guests do not want to have to take out their key card for every single optional charge. So with Silversea, everything that matters with luxury is included. So complimentary Wi-Fi, the fitness that we have, our beautiful, beautiful suites. We've got experiences on board like cooking classes and salt that are always included. We've got things in our expedition, like I mentioned before, like kayaking included. All the gratuities are included. Taxes are included. You want Grey Goose in your martini? It's included. It's not extra. So what that means is our guests can unwind, they can relax, and they can be truly in the moment. So again, delivering the exceptional all the way throughout. I'll spend a little bit of time on our suites because it's really important to us at Silversea. Our suites are what we would call a cabin on board, but with Silversea, they truly are a suite. Most of them have either verandas, a private veranda, or an ocean view. We have very, very few ocean views, but most of them are a private veranda. Or they get into the bigger suites where they have a beautiful wraparound deck like what you see on my screen right now. Our roots run deep. We're 30 plus years in the business, and we started with our heart and soul in Monaco and Italy. So when you look in our suites, the refurnishings and the fine touches are elegant, they're sophisticated, and they are incredible. So from the fine bed linens to the premium mattresses to the gorgeous walk-in wardrobes, you get, of course, pillow menus for your guests to choose or for your clients to choose from, all the European amenities on board the ship, the plush bathrobes, just all of the extras that just speak indulgence. And it's beautiful. Customized fridges for our guests. So if your clients like an oaky Chardonnay and they want a lighter beer and a Diet Coke, those fridges are all custom made for our guests. So it's beautiful insider suites, that perfect place to come back to at the end of a busy day to reflect and to recharge for what happens next. Culinary, such an important part of when we travel. And, with Silversea, we define it by discovery. And that's something I really want to emphasize. We've all traveled, we traveled extensively. And if you think about where you've gone in the world, food speaks to your memory. It talks about people, it talks about place, it talks about culture. It could be an incredible smell from a street food you experienced in an iconic city like Bangkok, or maybe it was the most perfect pasta meal on a gravel road off the beaten path in a kitchen that you could hear the Italian family just speaking and creating and those beautiful sights and smells that come from that. And that is what we know defines luxury for us. And culinary speaks to your soul. So with Silversea, we deliver the exceptional in culinary. Of course, we can give you the perfect steak paired with the perfect wine, but it goes beyond that. We want to ensure that we're delivering exceptional, what is located locally and in the region. And we do that a couple of ways. So on board our ships, we have 10 different dining venues on our larger ships. And that can be everything from our elegant, beautiful La Dame restaurant, which is one of our specialties, to, the most incredible pizza on board, which is in Spaccanopoli, to a beautiful grill, which is a hot stone that's heated up to 400 degrees. When we sail away from a port, you can grill your own beautiful protein from fish to steak, to a vegetarian option, to having our chefs create the most important, incredible meal for you. But I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into a program that we're incredibly proud of, and that's called SALT. SALT is our sea and land taste, and it's culture through cuisine, that emotional evolution that we get when we travel. So we know that if we dive in deep and deliver tastes that are authentic from the region, guests are going to truly appreciate where they are. Think about Italy. The places in the north are very different from the south, from the middle. What flavors come from the north are heavier, also bucos, rices, heavier dishes. The south, it's more our beautiful seafoods, the beautiful oranges, lemons, nuts. The middle, all the pastas, the pizzas. So when you think about salt, and if we were sailing through these areas, how are we going to incorporate these food? We do it through the kitchen where our chefs will create the most incredible, memorable meals for your guests or your clients while we're on board that are authentic from the region. I'll skip to the Salt Lab next because that is our guest opportunity to go in and learn to create the most incredible dishes from that region free of charge. Portugal, you're going to learn how to make salted cod. Think about going to Alaska, it'll be Alaskan crab cakes. Then we've got the chef table, an elevated wine pairing sort of experience that goes through layers and depth. Salt experiences ashore, going to those wonderful venues, those private farms, the story of the people, that perfect bocconcini, that beautiful yogurt, that olive oil that tastes like no other. What is the story behind that? Who is the family that created it? We're going to dive you in deep to those experiences. The talks on board the ship, we talk about food, the importance of it to culture. And then my favorite, the salt bar. So think of all of those flavors. I'll use Italy again. Oranges, lemons, almonds, the different spices, and then we incorporate them into fantastic cocktails and mocktails. So think an old fashioned that's got a twist with the Italian flavors in it. These are available on many of our ships in our fleet, 5 in total, the new ones. So the beautiful Silver Nova, the Silver Ray, the Silver Moon, the Silver Dawn, the Silver Muse, and the Silver Moon. Actually, now we're moving up to 6 of them. So something that is a true favorite of our guests. I'm going to dive in a little deeper now into expedition because it is an important part of our portfolio and what we do at Silversea. So for you, all of you that have your book of business, what we know, the trends in travel, again, it's constantly revolving and making sort of that luxury segment of the market different. So we know it's not only growing, but it's constantly changing. And with expedition or wellness travel, adventure travel, it should be about 30% of your book of business because we know that's where the trends are going. So, what is expedition cruising? It's wildlife and landscape, it's connection with community and culture, it's education enrichment. I want you to think about following in the footsteps of Franklin or Shackleton or understanding Darwin's theory of evolution. It's about connecting deeper into the unknown. How are we going to access the inaccessible?
Eva,
Yes.
oh sorry. We lost your it's on the live. We can see the presentation, but we can't see it anymore on here. Can you see if you could
Yeah. Can you see it now? It says you're sharing. I'm sharing here. Can you see it?
I, I just see you right now.
You
Um,
just see me. Oh
I see it
no.
on my end, but I don't
Oh,
see
you do?
her.
Okay,
Oh, okay. Maybe it's just my screen then. I just wanted to
do you
make sure.
see Pioneers in Luxury Expedition?
Yes, I see that.
Oh, you can see
Okay,
that?
that's good.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make
Okay.
sure because I only see you, Eva.
Hi.
Continue on. Go ahead. So sorry to
Cindy, do
interrupt.
you see that? What is Expedition Cruising? I'll just go back by one slide. Do you see that one?
Yes, I see this one.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I'll just keep going and hoping that's what everyone else sees along with Cindy. So I'm just going to continue with it and hopefully fingers crossed, it all shows because we did a lot of testing. Pioneers and Luxury Expeditions, this is something we're so well known for. You know, we've been doing this since 2008 and we introduced the first luxury voyages in the Arctic and Antarctica, and that's really what we're known for. You know, I've been in this industry for many, many years, just like many of you have, and there's no place that's touched my soul more than Antarctica. I've been several times, and it's life-changing. The best thing I can sort of describe it to you as when we do expedition, if any of you have been on safari and you take those jeeps off to explore into the plains or up into an area to get to the inaccessible, which of course are the animals and the wildlife, that's what expedition cruising is for us. It's getting into the inaccessible, the access, the refinement that we're going to have, breaking off the beaten path to ensure that we go into beautiful areas of the world where no others go or very few. And those are the moments that really change our guests. So it's a fleet that we have. The four ships are built for exploration. They are the best in class and where we go. And it truly delivers this sort of awe when you land. Could be on, you know, the beautiful continent of Antarctica, or it could be going to a place like the Kimberleys as well. So when you get onto a Silversea expedition, the beautiful ship, like what you see in the background there, becomes your base. We use these specially designed zodiacs to access the land. Now, what happens in between there is all this beautiful enrichment, these layers upon layers, and that is delivered by our expedition experts. They are truly a team of discovery, and I like to call them all of the all of the ologists. So I want you to think of glaciologists, geologists, ornithologists. You're talking about people that are true experts in their area of passion. So it becomes layers of culture, layers of people, it becomes layers of animals. It's understanding where we're at. So it doesn't matter if we're in the Galapagos or in a place like Antarctica and we're discovering more about the animals, the whales, the penguins. It could be more about the ice. It could be more about the history. This is our team of experts that's going to deliver it. And we do it 1 per 10 for on board our Silversea expeditions, ensuring that it's truly immersive. So when we're rotating our guests from land to ship, we're always very, very in tune to how many clients are allowed ashore at a time. But when we have things included like kayaking, things that are included like snorkeling, we're able to go and ensure that our guests are constantly moving, not sitting on board the ship, patiently waiting as the rest of the guests are experiencing something truly remarkable. Our guests are immersed in the destination by what their individual interests are, and our expedition team delivers that. So it could be a walking tour, it could be a hiking group, it could be the group that's going to go discover the different penguin colonies and rookeries, and we're going to explain those in further depth. It could be a historian who's talking about, you know, the immersive or the history of Shackleton or Franklin, or maybe it's talking about the giant tortoises and the rehabilitation that's happening in the Galapagos. So it's layer upon layer of that that really truly makes a difference, that's meaningful, enriched. So the all-inclusive experience, again, with Silversea is so, so important. It's all the comforts, all the wonders, especially when it's complex travel like expedition. We just want to ensure it's one said and done. So where do we go with expedition? We go to different areas around the world that people are looking for the exceptional. So we go to Africa and the Indian Ocean, Antarctica, as I mentioned before. We've got a fly cruise program now, of course, which eliminates the Drake Passage. Antarctica and Greenland, Asia, French Polynesia and the South Pacific, Northern Europe and the British Isles. You know, it's all these titles that you see underneath. They're all nature seeped in legend, beautiful oceanic mysteries. You know, the Galapagos, evolution up close. Again, just so life-changing. The Kimberleys, you know, off the coast of Australia, it's untamed, unforgettable. So with expedition, it's all included. And I'm going to give you an example on my next slide here because Antarctica can be quite complex when you think of it. It's lots of travel. How do you get there? What do you do? This is an example of what we do with Antarctica Fly Cruise program. Now you can also take our classic, which is going to sail us across the Drake. But in this particular one, we're going to look at your clients that don't have all the luxury of time, but they still want to get to that seven continent for many, and they're going to try and fly across the Drake. So we'll do an international flight to Santiago and transfers. That's available for you. Then we're going to put you up in Santiago at one of our beautiful properties there, the JW Marriott usually, or the Mandarin Oriental. Then it's a charter flight included from Santiago to Puerto Williams. Now, why Puerto Williams? Because Silversea built the southernmost hotel in the world there. So instead of building a new ship last year, we built a brand new hotel. A seamless journey for our guests now that truly is red carpet, white glove. So our guests get a chance to relax there. It's the beautiful Cormorant at 55 South. Then from there, it's that short 2-hour charter flight right to King George. So again, landing right in the heart of the peninsula down into Antarctica. Now we can take out that flight if you are doing the classic Antarctica program where you're going to be sailing across the Drake Passage, which usually takes about a day and a half to 2 days. So for flying, then you board our beautiful all-inclusive expedition, gorgeous, gorgeous ship. She will be waiting for our guests there. And then, of course, we're exploring down in the beautiful area of Antarctica, landing ashore, all the penguins, all the whales, all of the exceptional beyond that I can't even describe in a quick hour. And then we reverse it all the way back home. So it gives you an idea of what's included. Now, when we are in Antarctica, it would be all of the exploration, the dry landings, the wet landings, the kayaking, all included. Of course, that enrichment that happens from our expedition team. This is the southernmost hotel that we just built. This is the 55 on Cormorant South. Why did we do this? If any of you have been to Antarctica, you know there's very few ports which you can launch from. They get crowded. Hotels are 1, 2-star at the best. Clients are dispersed all over the place. It becomes a little bit of a Tetris trying to get everybody back together. Some had great sleep, some didn't. We eliminated all that, making sure it's seamless. It's the Silversea way. And we built this gorgeous, gorgeous hotel of 150 rooms only for our Silversea guests. They can do the Fly Cruise program from here or our classic as well. So now I thought I'd just quickly touch on some of the highlights. We've got some beautiful voyages operating in the Mediterranean. It's where our heart and soul was born. So we've been doing the Med for over 3 decades. You know, travel becomes again so meaningful. It's enriched, it's memorable. We dive down deep into what makes the Med so unique and special. This is truly where our heart and soul of our company is. And we love exploring the Mediterranean this Silversea way. So we've got longer voyages, shorter voyages. We do all of the Med, east, west, and everything in between, and we link them all together as well. We also have the Caribbean and Central America. You know, the Caribbean is very popular right now. We've got some beautiful voyages for you to explore in that area. So you want to look at our Caribbean if you've got clients that love that warmer type of temperature during the winter. They are some beautiful, beautiful voyages. Our gorgeous ships are there right now. And you can see all of the beautiful boutique harbors we visited, the curated itineraries that we dive in deep, and the Eastern and Southeastern Caribbean and the Panama as well. Transoceanic are very, very popular for our guests, especially when you're on board a beautiful Silversea ship. So the sea days become so memorable and enjoyable. We have those Atlantic crossings that clients absolutely love. We've got the Pacific crossing as well, you know, making our way over to different areas around the world. If it's coming from Tokyo, coming all the way back to Seattle, or perhaps it's going over from Vancouver to French Polynesia and Hawaii, take a look at those. What we say, it's slow travel made seamless. Our guests absolutely love it on board. So the enrichment happens, the pause, the slowing life down. So look at some of those transoceanics if you have clients that love the joy in the journey and being at sea. And then we've got Asia, of course, another very popular area for our guests. We've got Japan, we've got Singapore, we've got Vietnam, we've got Thailand, and we dive deep into every single one of these regional highlights. So if you've got clients that are looking to Japan outside of cherry blossoms, look to Silversea. We do it by expedition as well as classic. Beautiful, beautiful offerings there. Singapore, linking it all up to Tokyo as well. Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, all included in our 900 different destination offerings. So look to us there if you've got those clients looking for Asia. And then we've got those remarkable moments, those absolutely incredible festivals and big world global events that our clients absolutely love. Think Rio, think Monaco, the Grand Prix, think the Malta Jazz Festival, think fall foliage, even close to home in Canada, New England, we've got that. We've got the Cannes Film Festival, cherry blossoms in Japan. If it's a big global celebration, Silversea is going to go there. We're going to take care of everything from tickets to, having those exclusive behind the scenes all included with Silversea. You just want to take a look at those on our site. So how do you book us? So we have something now called the luxury of choice. We launched this last September because we know with luxury, clients want choice. They don't want to be necessarily pigeonholed into having to take what we deliver. So what we've done is we have tailored journeys to ensure that the client has the choice. So these are the three different voyage fares that we have with Silversea. The All-Inclusive Plus is the one that is booked the most by most of the agents for their clients. So what you do is you book an All-Inclusive Plus fare. And instead of having the shore excursions all included, because that's what we used to have, we'd offer about 10 to 12 per port per day, and clients could choose one. But we were finding clients didn't necessarily like some of the offerings. They wanted a rest day. The ones they really wanted were booked up. So we said, you know what? We know with luxury they want choice. Let's give them that choice. So with the All-Inclusive Plus, they get a shore excursion credit. Okay, so they kind of have a pot with a bunch of credits tucked inside. They get to choose their shore excursions of choice and then pull from the credit that is available on that particular voyage. It varies voyage by voyage because you can think, somewhere like South America is going to be a very different shore excursion cost versus something like Singapore. Okay, so and of course depends on the length of the voyage as well. So there'll be a shore excursion credit for our clients to use, and then they get to customize and pick whichever shore excursion they would like to take out of the offers that we have. It comes with a refundable deposit, the very flexible cancellation schedule, and our fare guaranteed program. The all-inclusive fare is the next one. So this one doesn't have the shore excursion credit. So if clients want to do shore excursions, they simply purchase them out of their own pocket. But everything else is included on board. And we also have the same terms and conditions. So that non-refundable deposit and the flexible cancellation schedule. We also have last minute fares. Now, careful with these ones. They must be paid in full at the time of booking, and they're only available on select voyages with 5 months of departure. They come with a percentage off, but you have to be very, very mindful of the terms because it has to be paid in full at the time of booking. So those are the three ways to book Silversea. 1, 2, and 3. With Expedition, most of it sits in the all-inclusive plus category. Okay, we don't want to mess around too much with charter flights and things like that. There's some variances, like if the Galapagos, for example, if you don't want to do the hotel stays in Quito and that whole Quito P program, you can make your way to San Cristobal, and then that would be a portion of the all-inclusive fare. But for the most part, all of Expedition sits in that all-inclusive plus because it's all included, right? We include all the shore excursions, everything like that already. So shore excursions, what are those? We have highlight experiences, signature experiences, private experiences, custom experiences, overland experiences, and destination services that are all about the experts customizing things for you. So if you think of highlight experiences, think of Tokyo, beautiful seamless tours of iconic cities. Signature experience would be smaller tours, very hands-on. Think going to smaller places behind the scenes, diving in deep to cooking classes, things like that. Exclusive tours that are private just for a family group or a group of friends traveling together. Custom, tailor making them. Overland. If we're staying 3 days in Bordeaux, why would you not want to go stay in an incredible wine region in one of the gorgeous chateaus there? That would be an overland. And then destination experts, express services that will do something that's customized, that is personalized and seamlessly tailored for those high value clients that you have. So there's the city stays. Here's the land program, since 4 or 5 days in Machu Picchu. If you're doing the Galapagos, why not? A beautiful safari in South Africa, or going to Franschhoek and Stellenbosch when you're in South Africa. Why wouldn't you when your clients are already there? These are all commissionable to you at 5%. Doesn't matter which one that you choose. So it's an extra way to make additional money in your pockets when you look at our land programs by Silversea or the city stays. So for the last little bit of my presentation, I'm just going to talk a little bit more about sales tools for you for success. So who is the Silversea guest? You have them all in your database. It is very easy when you explain value to move those clients up from the premium economy up to luxury. If you break it down per day on what everything is included with Silversea, the value is there. When you look at the guest, you have them. They're sophisticated, they're educated, they're curious about culture, people, place. They want connection. They want those moments that are going to move them, the memories that make a difference. So if you think of your river cruising type of guest, those ones that love the beautiful, slow type of travel, meandering, but culturally deep into the beautiful waterways of Europe, those are Silversea guests. Think of your boomers. The average age on a classic is 55 plus. 45 plus for expedition. They also obviously have a little bit of a higher household income, that strong desire for international travel. So the bucket tickers, as I like to call them, or the ones that really want to have those moments that are off the beaten path, or the ones that are super curious about culture. They want to go and see different parts of the world that they haven't experienced before, but diving in deeper. Not just going and visiting for a couple of hours and then coming back out. They want to stay late, overnight, maybe even a double overnight, stepping off the ship right in the heart of the destination, going back on board the ship for lunch, to recharge, a glass of wine, a nap, then getting back off again to explore what that particular destination is at night. Not standing in line, not waiting for tenders. It's all about those connections. So with Silversea, we love to reward you with commission. It obviously varies on which consortium you're with, which travel agency you're with. But with the expeditions, if you book a Silversea expedition, we're going to reward you with an extra 1% commission point. And if you have a brand new to Silversea client that's coming to us, first time, they're coming from Oceania, they're coming from one of the premium brands, they're coming from river cruising, they're trying Silversea for the first time, we're also going to reward you with a 1% commission. So if you think of a place like Antarctica, 30% are brand new to cruising and brand new to that destination, which makes sense. But brand new to cruising, perfect example. You would get your commission plus an extra percent because it's an expedition, an extra percent because it's new to Silversea. Groups, please use us for groups. We love groups at Silversea. We have 4 different tiers here. A Super Advantage, that's 1 and 8. So book 7 full paying guests. Your 8th one becomes your TC. With Silversea, it's really easy to do groups because we don't hold space. We price protect. So when you've got a Super Advantage, you get book 7 full paying guests. That's just 4 suites. The 8th one's free. They get a shipboard credit of $300. They can spend it in one of our 2 specialty dinings if we have it available on board. They can spend it in the spa. They can do something special for themselves in the gift shop. That's what that beautiful onboard credit is for. And you get the minimum 15% commission. You book a Galapagos, they're all new to brand. We're going to tack on 2 extra on top of that, right? Advantage is 1 for 9. Standard is 1 for 11. And reserve is 1 for 15. The 15 would be the voyages that are performing very well. Maybe we have a lighter load or a larger load factor on there. So we're going to really limit the amount of groups. But reach out to us, myself or Carolina, if you want these group lists. We will give you the voyage dates that have the Super Advantage, and standards. It's very smart selling to do groups with Silversea, and I'll explain why. So right now we're in wave. We all know it. We're all super busy, but it should be an important part of your growth strategy for 26 and beyond. So with our great group sales program, here's a great example. Remember I said we don't space protect, we price protect. So what we're protecting, we're not protecting the rack rate on our website. What we're protecting is the wave offer. And I use Virtuoso as an example here because we're going to protect this price for 120 days and we're going to combine it with the Virtuoso amenities. This happens to be a super advantage tier voyage. So they get the 1 in 7, the eighth person is free. It's combinable with the Virtuoso amenities, and we're going to protect that wonderful rack rate for you. So reach out to us. We're here. Another really important part, please remember, we are part of the Royal Caribbean family of brands and it's reciprocity. So if you book a lot of celebrity, all of those loyalty points come over. We are the only group, a family of brands, which I absolutely love. It's very comparable to like a Marriott program. So it doesn't matter which one of the brands you sail on, you earn points, goes into one bucket, and then you can use those points to get to the different status. And we'll pull them across. So if you are diamond with Royal Caribbean or elite with Captain's Club with Celebrity, you automatically become 250 Venetian Society days with Silversea. This is huge. It comes with a lot of extra benefits. We love our Venetian Society members and we love that you're staying loyal to our brand. So don't forget this. This is really, really big. Ensure you have the loyalty member numbers for each one when you book us. We're in Wave. We're up to 40% off. Goes right till the end of the month. If you have your phones, you can shoot that QR code that'll give you all of the flyers, the terms, conditions, and all of the voyages. It's basically tiered. Deposits start at 15%, and we have our voyages that are 10, 20, 30, and 40% off. Some of the highlight wave voyages, you got them here. Here's Monte Carlo, Tokyo round trip. We've got Nice, we've got Nook up into Reykjavik, where I did a little bit of everything here. Bridgetown for you, Papeete, round trip Tahiti. Again, the Silversea Way in this part of the world is incredible. Look for those wave offers. Beautiful way to introduce clients to Silversea. What can you do if you have not booked us before? What do you need to get going with us? We have an incredible travel partner resource center. Just go to our website, silversea.com, scroll all the way to the bottom. It says Travel Partner Resource Center and click on it. Once you click on it, you should be set up. If you're not, you reach out to us, we set you up, and then you have access to things like Marketing Central. Here's all the offers, the flyers that are customizable. You've got flyers by destination, digital brochures, incredible videos. We've got stories by Silversea, our blog. You've got absolutely everything at your fingertips right here. It's right under Marketing Central. So you just go to that Travel Resource Center, click on it. If you're not set up through the agency, let us know. We'll get you in, get into Marketing Central, and then you can start exploring how to become an ambassador to Silversea and start selling us. We have the Academy. Everybody's got one of those portals. You have to go in and take our education. We would love you to as well to become a luxury expert. We'll walk you through in depth everything that I've gone over, but even more so from the SALT program, expedition, understanding luxury, how we compare, who our differences are, what makes us unique and special. A couple other fantastic finger toolkit, what you have right here at your fingertips, I should say. Approach guides. This is wonderful. Get a chance to get your own co-branded Silversea website. All you need is a business website. You go on, you can shoot it again with your phone right now. It takes literally 2 minutes. It's a couple of steps and you're done. It's share ready-made content experiences that you can see here showcasing Silversea and all the onboard offerings that we have. And it goes right to you. All the leads are right there. And it connects directly with Rallyo. So between the two, Approach Guides and Rallyo, this is a turnkey, one said and done, which will get you the leads directly right to your website. So again, shoot the QR code if you need it. I'll send a kit out afterwards if you'd like, but really easy to get Silversea front and center in front of your guests, your clients, and all of the leads come right to you. So this is what Approach Guides looks like, 18 different content experiences to select from, different regions, different areas, different experiences from SALT to Asia to the Galapagos and everything in between. Rallyo is for social media. Turn it on, turn it off. If you follow LinkedIn, you'll see them all there. Cute, short little stories, painting the picture, telling the story, and this integrates into Approach Guides, again, making it very easy. Pre-created post library, rotates through our different type of brands. Again, you can shoot the QR code with your phone. It's kind of set it and forget it, and it's done. It's auto schedule, pre-made social media content, all the call to action with you on it, not going to Silversea, which is fantastic. Silversea Canada support, there's two of us. I cover BC and Alberta. My wonderful colleague Carolina Cerez covers Manitoba and everything east. So if you reside BC, Alberta, reach out to me. I'm here. We can do schedules. I can do in-office training. I've got ship tours happening. We can do client presentations, create a marketing plan. I'm happy to jump on the phone and help you close a deal. If Manitoba all the way east, Carolina is your gal. There she is, her phone number, her website, or just call our sales support team. We are here as a team to ensure you have everything to become a Silversea ambassador. And with that, I'll wrap up, ask for any questions, and just say thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Eva. That was such an insightful overview of Silversea. I'm sorry for the little glitch there, but I'm
Oh,
glad
no problem.
everybody could see everything. We really appreciate you taking the time to walk us through all the updates and the highlights of your incredible product. I definitely want to go on a cruise now.
Oh, good.
Okay, everyone, I'm going to go ahead and answer some of the questions now. If you have questions, remember, add them in the Q&A box so we can get to them.
Yep.
So first one is Audrey. She just says, congrats on all the Forbes 2026 Star List
Yeah.
Awards, which is amazing.
Yes. Very, very
Congratulations.
good. There's like 920 different boxes or something like that that we have to tick to even get that. It's crazy. Layers
Yeah,
upon layers
very
upon
expensive.
layers. Yep.
Perfect. So Lynn has a question. When will the cruise calendar extend beyond May of 2028?
Oh, that is a very, very good question, Lynn. Yes, we are open all the way up for our World Cruise in 2028 and May. Typically release that last half, usually around the second half of the year. Basically, we know the geopolitical landscape right now, so our product team is constantly pivoting, moving things around. Expedition becomes a little bit more of a hands-on process when we are releasing. So just stay tuned on the space. We'll always let you know, but it's typically during the second half of the year. So at the end of Q2.
Perfect. Thank you. Lynn also said, so she recently sailed on the Shadow in the Caribbean, and the grill restaurant did not offer the hot stones, but she did sail on the Silver Spirit October 24th in the Med, and they were able to enjoy the hot stone experience. So she just wants to know, is this defined by ship or itinerary?
It's defined by ship, actually, and the Spirit's just going to go in through a dry dock, so it's fantastic. The Muse just went through a dry dock as well, so we try and incorporate the SALT program on board these ships when they go through a refurb. But the grill, it depends by ship. There's some that we just simply can't do it, but there's other ones that we can. For example, we offer the grill in the Galapagos, and that ship only holds 100 guests. The beautiful Endeavor that you see here in the Arctic again. So it depends by ship. If you go onto our website, you will actually see it into the agent site. You'll see which one has the grill as a restaurant offering on it. And then you'll know it has the hot stone.
Oh, perfect. That's very valuable to know that it's on the
Yep.
agent site. Perfect. Everyone's saying they can see fine. Perfect.
Okay, good.
Lisa said, thanks for checking that we can see this amazing presentation. Um, Another question is, are the shore excursions included or is there a separate charge for them? I know you went over that a little bit, but maybe just a little synopsis.
Again, right. So if
Reiterate.
you think of two different brands under the Silversea umbrella, so you've got Silversea Classic and then Silversea Expedition. The shore excursion and Silversea Expedition will always be included. Obviously, because it's a seamless part of the incredible offerings that we do on Expedition, right? Think of Antarctica, things like that. It's not scheduled. What happens unfolds throughout the day, but things like kayaking, even in the Arctic, Antarctica, snorkeling in, warmer regions, those are always included on Expedition. With our classics, the ones that, are the other 8 ships that offer all around the world, there's that all-inclusive plus. That's that very first pillar when you're booking. When I went through, I can go back to that slide if you would like. That you can say the shore excursions are included because they get a credit per voyage. So think of it as like a little pot of money there that's sitting there as a shore excursion credit, and then they pull from that, which will be applied to the shore excursions of choice. Okay. You can also add on any of those two. You can add on, so the all-inclusive plus or the all-inclusive, you can add on air, transfers, and hotels. all commissionable to you as well. So think of it like building this beautiful sandwich, right? You can plug and play as your clients desire or as they don't. So the all-inclusive plus is the one that comes with the shore excursion credit in that little pot, and then you'd pull out of that according to what shore excursion they would like to take. So if it's maybe something super complex, they're going to pull out a little bit more credit. If it's something that's simple, it's going to be a little bit less. Maybe they're going to skip a day and do a hop on, hop off, or just enjoy, walking the port on their own. So they wouldn't tap into that shore excursion credit pot on that particular day. Hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, that was a great explanation. Thank
Okay. I
you.
always like to do it simply.
Herschel has a question. Do the ships have accessible cabins?
Yes, the ships do have accessible cabins, our suites, as we call them on Silversea. Yes, we do. So they would be the suites that don't have the balcony. They'll be the bigger, larger windows. They'll have the accessible bathrooms to be able to get in and out of. And Silversea bathrooms, I have to tell you, are so beautiful. Like think not on the accessible ones, but think if it's a standard bathroom, you've got his and her sinks, you've got this beautiful Italian marble throughout, you've got gorgeous full-size, oversized bathtubs or a walk-in shower or both combination. They are so beautiful. So with the accessible ones, it's just more space to be able to get a walker in if you need. Of course, the floor seams are seamless as well. So if clients have mobility issues like a walker or something like that, you just reach out at our reservations. They will let you know which one of those accessible suites are available on each journey. Obviously, on something like expedition, it depends on the particular client and what their mobility issues are. If they can walk 2 or 3 steps, they can do an expedition because it's getting in and out of the zodiacs. But if they're dependent on a walker or something like that, I wouldn't necessarily recommend an expedition to them.
Perfect. Thank you for that explanation. John asked, will there be any incentive? I'm not sure if maybe a promo coming out.
We do have the wave offer going on right now. And if John, if you're talking about an incentive to book, obviously I was talking a little bit about commission and all the bonus kickers and things like that. We have a $100 gift card to give away. If Carolina or I do a training or an event individually in your office, we will offer an incentive for the next 2 weeks to book, which comes with either an onboard credit or some sort of incentive to book with a percentage off. Usually it's like a $500, $600 Canadian per person or per booking savings that happens 2 week post event. So it'll be an open $600 Canadian savings per booking that'll be available 2 weeks right till 2 weeks past your event. So if it's a training event, if it's a consumer event, if it's a live in office, sit down, coffee talk, something like that, that's what we'll offer to ensure that we entice the clients to book.
Amazing. That sounds great. That's great savings for
Yeah.
for agents to give to clients. So that is all the questions that we have now. We just have a few people saying thank you so much, and it was an interesting session.
Yay.
So thank you so much for being here today, Eva. And I'm sure you're going to be hearing from a lot of agents about
No
booking. So
problem.
that was a great presentation.
Thank you.
Agents, thank you so much for joining us today and staying through the entire session. We appreciate your time. We are going to be drawing the prize for the winner offline. If your name is selected, we will be emailing you. And I hope everyone stays warm, and we look forward to seeing you at the next Travel Week webinar. Take
All
care, everybody.
right.
Have a
Have a
good
great
day.
wave season, everyone. Take care. Reach out
Bye,
if you need us.
guys.
We're here. Bye.
Bye.